Two murder investigations from the case files of Lieutenant Joe Kenda. First, a trail of blood leads to a puzzling murder.
We have no idea how he got there.
Tracking that blood trail is key to the investigation.
Please!
Then, a single gunshot leaves a young woman fighting for her life.
What puts a 26-year-old female in a situation where she is assaulted in such a violent way?
Could a cryptic letter be the key to unlocking this mystery?
You can nod yes or no.
The victim can't even talk to us. Something that the girl wrote really upset the mother. Now that really piqued my interest. Murder is always murky. It's smoke and mirrors and confusion, which is why I found it to be so fascinating.
Across Colorado Springs, the bars are closing up for the night. And at St. Francis Hospital, Sergeant Brian Grady has his hands full.
Go ahead and turn around and put your back up there. Man, we need to get this guy checked in. He's been in a bar fight.
Sergeant Grady is dealing with a person that got into an altercation with a bouncer, ended up getting hurt, and had to be treated at the hospital.
Hey! You gotta help this guy!
What's going on?
There's a guy hurt down by the corner of Rio Grande and Hancock.
These two teenage kids come roaring into the ER saying they've just seen a man stagger down a sidewalk and fall down.
Who's down there? What happened?
We don't know. We were just driving by and we just saw him there.
That takes priority.
Guys, if you stand right there. Dispatch got a report of a man down, possible assault victim, corner of Rio Grande and Hancock. Start a unit in EMS. Ma'am, I'm going to lock this guy down. I'll be right back.
Minutes later, Officer James Huddleston arrives at a dimly lit street corner not far from the hospital.
And he actually sees an individual laying down on the curb.
Sir, are you okay?
There's an extreme amount of blood surrounding this body.
Sir, can you hear me? Are you okay?
Across town, Lieutenant Joe Kenda is enjoying some much-needed shut-eye.
For me to get a night's sleep when I was working, I don't remember it ever happening. I was either restless with nightmares or the phone would ring and introduce me to the next nightmare. But on this particular occasion, I was zonked.
Okay.
Here we go again.
All right, let me get you dressed. I'm here.
I never liked leaving home at night. You're not supposed to be wandering off somewhere to look at somebody's dead body. But that was the nature of the work.
Morning, sir.
Morning. So what do we got?
One male stab victim, Calvin Blair, 28 years old.
Calvin Blair is from the Chicago area. He moved to Colorado when he was actually assigned to Fort Carson in the military.
He has suffered a minimum of one stab wound to the chest and was pronounced dead on arrival at St. Francis Hospital.
It's pretty late. I don't suppose we have any witnesses.
Well, as a matter of fact, we do.
David Teller and Joseph Holmes, they're both 18 years old, and they were driving home. And they saw this man laying in the street.
Both said that they were coming home from a movie.
A movie?
That's what they claim.
It's 2:30 in the morning. The last movie show is over at midnight at the latest. So that strikes me as unusual.
Where are they now?
They're both still at the hospital.
They were pretty reluctant to give any further information and really didn't want to stick around. That makes you kind of suspicious.
Hey, Wood, come over here a second. Take it right over to the hospital and talk to you.
I signed Detective Wood to go to the hospital and speak to Mr. Teller and Mr. Holmes.
St. Francis?
Yeah.
I'll let you know when I find out.
Thanks.
And I'm still at the crime scene looking around to see what we can see.
Wow, that's a lot of blood.
When you see that amount of blood at a crime scene, the weapon involved had to strike a major organ. It had to strike an artery.
There does appear to be a bit of a blood trail over here, though.
Let's see where it goes.
I look with a flashlight, and I follow it for quite a ways.
At the end of the blood trail, Kenda discovers another key piece of evidence.
We've got a knife.
A kitchen steak knife covered in blood, obviously the weapon that caused the wound.
Does our victim Calvin Blair live anywhere around here?
Not really.
Calvin's driver's license gives an address that's miles away.
No, it's not exactly walking distance.
Now, how did Calvin come to be in this place? The most likely method is by car. So did something go wrong in a car and he was pushed out and wound up in the street and staggered 160 feet until he died?
As Kenda mulls over the notion of a potential carjacking, Detective Steve Wood is at the hospital, attempting to extract information from David Teller and Joseph Holmes.
So you have something to tell me?
I already told you we were at the movies and come back and just saw a guy on the side of the road. That's all there is to it, really.
What movie were you watching that doesn't let out until 2 a.m.? Come on.
Detective Wood's thinking, what's the reason for this nervousness?
What movie was it? Tell me about it. I might want to go see it.
All right, fine. We didn't go see a movie. I told my dad that so he'd get off my back. We actually went to a party and we were just coming home from that.
He indicated they were driving down the road, and they saw this person staggering down the street. And all of a sudden, he just fell real hard.
Then we got closer, saw it.
Saw what?
The blood. It was everywhere.
Come on, let's go. Let's get out of here.
We hightailed it out of there and came straight to the hospital.
This is the days before everybody was carrying cell phones. They knew the hospital was close.
I don't understand. Why not help the guy on the ground and bring him here to the hospital?
I don't know. We weren't thinking. It just all happened so fast.
Okay. Would you take a seat? I'll be with you in a moment, but don't go anywhere.
Detective Wood moves on to Joseph Holmes. But after 15 minutes of questioning, he's still getting the same fishy story.
We're sorry, okay? We didn't know what to do.
Would you take a seat? Don't go anywhere. Would Kenda?
Go for Kenda. So what do you hear from our two witnesses?
They basically have the same story.
Maybe it's the truth. Maybe they just had time to sort out the stories, but there's definitely something
up with these two.
10-4, why don't you see if they'll let you look inside their vehicle, see if you find any blood or anything.
All right.
What now?
Hey, Lieutenant. We sent some guys that canvassed the neighborhood, see if we can find you any witnesses.
And?
Well, I think we may have found you somebody.
His name is Alfred Clare, and he lives in a house right on the corner where the blood trail begins.
Some officers are standing by with him in his house up here.
Thank you.
At the home of Alfred Clare, Kenda presses his new witness for more details.
Hey, Mr. Clare, I'm Lieutenant Kenda. You tell me what you saw tonight?
Yes, I was sleeping, and I was awakened by 3 people out on the street, and they were by a car.
And what were they doing?
They were arguing.
How are you doing, bro? I've been stabbed.
Alfred Clare says 2 of the people drove away while the third person staggered down the street.
There are 2 people with Calvin Blair. Well, we happen to have 2 people in our possession. Now that works for the head count, now doesn't it?
Alfred Clare tells Kenda he saw an argument between 3 people outside his home. Then, 2 of them drove away while the third left on foot.
and one of them stumbled away. I think that's the fellow that you all found.
It sounds like it. Did you get a good look at them?
No, not really. It was too dark.
And what about the vehicle?
It was white. That's about it.
Well, I appreciate the help.
That's important. We know we've got two people that may be involved in this case, maybe not. Let's find out what kind of car they're driving.
That's not the car that Mr. Clare saw. So we have gone from maybe having two suspects in our possession to having no idea who did this to Mr. Blair.
All right, you guys are free to go.
We know now their nervousness in trying to talk to us was the fact that they were late for curfew.
Let's get out of here.
With no concrete suspects, Kenda takes a new tack in order to learn a little more about the victim, Calvin Blair.
I asked Wood to meet me at the address that we have for him. Hopefully someone can give us some idea as to where Mr. Blair was this evening before we found him in the street.
Lillian?
Yes?
Do you know Calvin Blair?
Yeah. Calvin's my ex-boyfriend. He used to live here, but we broke up last month.
May we come in?
She obviously knows that this is serious to have policemen in suits knocking on her door at 3:30 in the morning.
I'm very sorry to have to inform you that Calvin was killed earlier tonight.
What happened?
She's upset about the death of Calvin. He's an ex-boyfriend, but she's still concerned about him.
Can you tell us about Calvin?
Calvin was a really good man. Just lived a really tough life. He was an orphan. His brother practically raised him.
When he turned 18, he decided to join the Army, looking for some type of structure in his life.
The Army provides an opportunity for a young man to suddenly gain character, integrity, and a sense of purpose in his life.
He was doing great, but once he got out of the Army, he kind of drifted.
When that structure disappears over time, all of those good feelings he had about himself begin to fade. And before one knows it,
What's up, man? Hey, what's going on, man?
he is lost once again.
Yeah.
Lillian said as time went on, he drank more and more, and it really interfered with their relationship. She loved him very much, but just couldn't be around him when he was drinking.
It got to the point where I was rarely seeing him. He would go out every night and hang and drink at Cloud 9.
Every police officer in Color Springs knows the Cloud 9 bar. It's a local bar that had a lot of trouble in its day.
Ms. Washington, you've been very helpful. Again, we're very sorry for your loss. We'll let ourselves out.
In relation to the crime scene, the Cloud 9 is less than a mile from that location. Odds are enormous. Whatever happened to Mr. Blair started at the Cloud 9.
Cloud 9's been closed for several hours now. You really believe there's somebody that still be there?
This is the Cloud 9 we're talking about. Somebody will be there. Police, open up! We need to talk.
I don't know what y'all expect to find. It's just me and the bartender here.
That's exactly what I expected to find. Hey, I'm Lieutenant Kenda.
The best sources of information in any bar is the bouncer and the bartender. They all pay attention to what's happening. They know who's trouble and who isn't.
You know this guy?
Yeah, that's Calvin. He was just in here earlier tonight.
Good guy?
Oh, yeah, I love Calvin. I mean, he's got his issues, but he's got a great heart.
She said when he first showed up at the bar,
Pretty good.
she described him as a prince. Everybody loved him. But the more he drank, his attitude changed.
And so as it goes with alcohol, it lessens inhibitions. And he would kind of lose his manners, and then he would behave inappropriately toward women.
It's like Jekyll and Hyde. We have to eject him from time to time. Didn't you just throw him out tonight?
Yep.
You threw him out of the bar?
Yep, earlier tonight. When he starts to drink, he gets a little grabby with the ladies, and tonight he was in rare form.
We're doing shots when I get back, okay? Oh, hey, I'm sorry. Sorry.
Hey, nothing to be sorry about, baby.
I just gotta go to the bathroom.
No, it's okay. Oh, you're so beautiful. Hey,
Stop!
what?
Get off of me!
Whoa, Kevin. Get off me! I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Let's go, Kevin.
I'm sorry.
Did he by chance leave in a white car?
I didn't go outside.
The bouncer said, well, I didn't go outside to see where he went. My only concern was get him out of there before the problem got worse than it already was.
Do you know the woman that he was messing with?
You know, I'd never seen her before, but the weird thing is, after Calvin got thrown out, she followed right behind him.
This leads us to wonder, who is this woman who followed him out? And is she part of this in some way? Or is she just somebody that happened to leave at the same time he did?
We appreciate the help. Thanks.
As the sun rises, Kenda is met with two objectives.
In addition to Mr. Blair, we need to find a white car that was at the Cloud 9 Lounge, and that's where the work needs to start.
Hey, Lieutenant. I got somebody here you might want to meet.
What do you mean?
Detective Wood says we just had a guy walk in here who says he knows everything about this, and he has an attorney with him. Who? When people come into a police station with a lawyer that says they have knowledge, it's because they do.
You'll never guess what kind of car he drives.
Please tell me he's got a white car.
Well, now, I can't wait to see what this guy's got to say. So we've been up all night investigating the untimely demise of Calvin Blair. And we have somebody wander in the door, attorney in hand, driving a white car that says he knows all about this.
This party was identified as Larry Jones. This is a DJ at the Cloud 9 bar and was working the night of this incident.
All right, so you want to tell us what happened?
My client's here because he's a friend of Calvin Blair's. He wants to set the record straight on what led to Mr. Blair's death.
Okay, I'm all for that. So how do you know Mr. Blair?
We go way back to our days in the military together. We've been tight ever since. He's a really cool guy, except when he gets drunk.
That particular evening, Larry says that Calvin's nice to everybody, but then he starts to get a little drinking too much. And there's a girl there that Larry had brought there.
Her name's Lucy Har.
Is this your girlfriend or?
No. She's just a friend. She asked me to bring her to the club and asked if I could take her back home when I was done DJing. I said, sure, no problem.
Larry's working behind the turntables. And Lucy's meeting her friends and people she knows.
Did Lucy know Calvin?
Not until last night.
Larry explains that it's getting late in the evening. Calvin's pretty intoxicated. And he bumps into Lucy.
Nothing to be sorry about, baby.
This leads to Calvin being kicked out of the bar.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I was done DJing, and I walked over to Lucy to see if she was all right, and she was still pretty steamed. You okay?
Yeah. That guy was a creep.
Yeah, I know. Unfortunately, he gets that way when he drinks.
Do you know him?
Yeah, Calvin. He's been going through a lot lately. Anyways, we gotta find him.
What?
Yeah.
So look, he's my friend, and I'm not gonna let him just walk down the street as drunk as he is. Something's bad's gonna happen to him. And I'm gonna take him home.
You said you were gonna take me home. You don't expect me to ride in the same car with him, do you?
It's cool, it's cool. It'll be all right, I got you.
Lucy wasn't very happy about that, but she's going to have to go along with it.
What's up, Cal? Calvin, ready to go, bro?
Yeah.
Come on, Lucy.
It got a little ickier when they got into his car. There wasn't a back seat. Calvin was apparently really wildly drunk. Not just drunk, but crazy drunk. I think the situation was far worse than either Larry or Lucy realized.
They're headed in the general direction of Calvin's house because he lives closer than Lucy does. And Calvin's giving Larry instructions that don't make any sense.
No. This is the wrong way. You gotta go that way.
Yo, Calvin, bro, you literally just told me to turn up.
No, you gotta go that way.
This dumbass doesn't even know where he lives.
What'd you say?
I said you're a dumbass and you don't know where you live.
Calvin, what the hell are you doing? Calvin, what the hell are you doing, bro?
Larry says Calvin's other personality takes over, and he grabs her by the throat and starts choking her, completely unprovoked.
That's when I saw her pull out a knife out her purse.
She brought a knife with her?
Yeah, she ran into some trouble once before, and ever since then, she carries a blade around with her. She even poked him in the leg with it.
Larry said he decided he better stop and get control of this situation, so he pulled off the side of the road.
Larry says he couldn't see what was going on.
Probably in the time it took for him to walk around the car. Lucy stabbed him the second time in the chest.
Man, what are you doing?
According to Larry, he saw Calvin stagger away, but assumed it was because Calvin was drunk.
I had no idea how bad he was hurt until I saw it on the news that morning. And that's when I went over to Lucy's and asked her if she knew about it.
He goes over to Lucy's place and he wakes her up. He says, "Hey, Calvin's dead." And her reply was, "He can't be dead," because no one thought he was as hurt as he was.
I told Lucy that I was going to get a lawyer, and she better get one too, because I was going to tell the police exactly what happened.
Now, if we believe Larry, and we do, that's going to be the next arrival at the police station. And we are absolutely correct in that.
My client will not be making a statement of any kind. She exercises her right to remain silent.
And you're sure about that?
Yes, sir.
Okay, then. Now you're under arrest for murder.
So we arrest her for second-degree murder. And we inform the district attorney this is a perfect case to take to a grand jury. I think it could be justifiable homicide, but I don't get to decide that.
The members of the grand jury agree. They determine that Lucy Haar acted in self-defense and vote to drop all charges.
This is a case of people getting together late at night, one of whom has a problem with alcohol, another of whom has probably been assaulted in the past, and their paths cross. Inadvertently, how quickly life can end when those mysterious paths get crossed.
Coming up, a young woman is the victim of an accidental shooting, but Kenda senses something more sinister beneath the surface.
We are determined to learn how this happened to her.
What did you just say?
The trouble is, I don't know what she's concealing.
It's late in the evening, and tonight, Lieutenant Joe Kenda has traded his badge for an apron.
Kathy had prepped the meal, so all I had to do was put it in the oven. Even I could do that.
It's supposed to be that color?
I'm a much better detective than I am a cook. My cooking can be described as death from within.
I'm home.
Great. You're just in time. Have a seat.
So we're about to sit down. She's all smiles.
There we go.
The phone rings.
It's Kenda.
She knows who it is, and the smile fades away quickly.
Sorry, dear.
Just come home in one piece, okay?
I always do.
It's time to go to work.
Minutes later, Kenda is on scene and gets a briefing from Detective Skip Arms.
Hey, Lieutenant.
Hey, Skip. You been inside yet?
Nah, Leibowitz has.
Hey, Leibowitz! So what do we got?
Got one victim on the way to the hospital. She's been shot. It's pretty bad.
26-year-old Alexandra Drake is in critical condition.
What happened?
We got a 911 call. Someone had been shot.
Please! Hand up! Hey, help her! Raise your hand! Help her! She's in crash case. She's all covered in blood.
Leibowitz says a man runs outside and he is covered in blood.
Suspect come out of the house. Took him into custody.
They don't know what's going on here, but this guy's not going anyplace. They grab him and throw him in a police car.
I went in and cleared the house, and that's where I found the victim.
Leibowitz says that this woman has been shot in the chin.
Stay with me, I got the ambulance coming.
Obviously from close range, and she's gasping and unable to speak.
Is that the guy?
Yes, sir, that's him. That's her boyfriend, Perry Nyland. He called 911 to say that somebody's been shot, but we haven't been able to get much out of him.
All right, why don't you go inside and I'll go have a word with Mr. Nyland.
Yes, sir.
So I go over and open the door to this police car and have a chat with Mr. Nyland.
Look, I didn't mean it, all right? It was an accident. I love her.
Just take a deep breath and tell me what happened.
I don't know. We were sitting on our couch, and I was just loading my gun. I was cleaning it, and it just went off.
What do you mean it just went off?
I don't know. My hand slipped, and it just went off.
At a minimum, it's a reckless act. At a maximum, it's intentional.
Sit tight, Mr. Nyland. I'll be back.
So he's got a story. We will now...
Loaded except for one shot.
To Kenda's surprise, Perry's story appears to be checking out.
In the case of disturbances, when someone is at an emotional edge and is angry, they pull the trigger until it goes click, generally. In this case, only one shot was fired.
Anything else?
Yeah. Take a look at this.
There were a number of holes in doors and in walls.
If you were an average person, you would see the damage to the walls and think, I wonder why they did that. I, as an experienced detective, look at that.
Where were you?
And see abusive relationships.
There's holes like this all over the place.
Let's get all the markings of domestic violence.
I am offended by men who treat women badly, deeply offended by that. I don't know that that's what's happening here, but I suspect that it is. I have enough to arrest him.
Take Mr. Nyland to jail for the night.
Yes, sir.
Wait, hold on, stop! Wait, hey, look, you got it wrong. It was an accident.
Okay. Mr. Nyland, you've made your point. We will wait and see what the evidence shows. The evidence at the moment doesn't look very promising for Mr. Nyland, but we will see.
With Perry Nyland on his way to jail, Kenda and Detective Arms head to the hospital to see Alexandra Drake.
We're here to check on the condition of Alexandra Drake.
Yeah, she came in earlier. She's in pretty bad shape.
How bad?
Well, she has a single gunshot wound that ultimately produced 4 wounds. Entry through the chin, exit through the lower chin, entrance into the upper chest, exit through her back.
Doctors had to wire her mouth shut.
Wow.
Her mom's here if you want to speak to her, though.
Okay, thanks. What room?
Room 417.
The mother, perhaps, can give us some background. So Arms and I, we introduce ourselves to a woman who identifies herself as Brittany Drake.
Miss Drake, this is Lieutenant Kenda. I'm Detective Arms. We're hoping that you could shed some light on your daughter's relationship with Perry Nyland.
Well, Alexandra and I haven't been as close in the last couple months as I would have liked.
It struck me as odd that she said she's been estranged from her daughter. Something's going on with this family that may or may not be of any of my business.
What can you tell us? How long has your daughter been seeing Perry?
She said they've lived together for about 2 years, maybe a little more. And my understanding is that this was a loving relationship. He adored her. He did everything he could for her.
How's that relationship been?
It's been good. They've seemed happy.
I was somewhat surprised by the information that Brittany gave us with the drugs and alcohol. I sort of expected Alexandra's mom to come down hard on Perry, and in fact, she did just the opposite.
All right, well, we hope for the best. And thank you for your time.
Kenda and Arms try to decipher this new information.
Well, that was interesting.
No kidding. I'm not sure how much longer we can hold Perry on those charges. Just wish we had something else.
But Kenda's concerns about being able to hold Perry Nyland are soon alleviated thanks to the intake officers at the El Paso County Jail.
The hell is this? The officers did find cocaine on his person. When they looked at his previous history, we found previous charges involving weapons and drugs. The night of this incident, he was just literally minutes of coming off of his probation for his prior charges.
Perry's latest drug mishap will mean additional time behind bars, but Kenda is focused on the shooting. The next day, Kenda and Detective Arms return to the hospital with the hope of speaking to Alexandra Drake.
We recognized at some point we were going to have to try and get some confirmation as to what happened at the residence when the shooting occurred.
Hi, Alexandra. I'm Lieutenant Kenda. I'm glad to see you're awake. If you don't mind, I'd like to try something.
So we decide if Alexandra cannot speak, then we're going to have her reply yes or no by nodding her head.
I'm going to go nice and slow. Was Perry using cocaine the night of the shooting?
Yes. Did he do so all day? No.
Okay, on these next set of questions, I need to be perfectly honest. Did Perry shoot you? Did he intentionally shoot you?
That caused us to pause for a few minutes. We had to kind of reflect on what she was telling us.
Wait a minute. All of the signs point to this being somebody who wanted to harm you, and you're telling us it was an accident?
It's okay, you can tell us the truth. Was this an accident?
I'm unclear whether Alexandra's telling me the truth. I'm not convinced I know what happened here, and I'm not about to give up until I do know. We're investigating the shooting of Alexandra Drake, 26-year-old female, gunshot wound to the face, delivered close contact by her boyfriend companion, Perry Nyland.
Alexandra, we found something in your home. The walls had holes punched in them. Has Perry ever hit you?
He's never hurt you?
Oh, baby, it's okay. No, it's okay. It's okay, honey.
We're gonna let you get some rest now. We'll come back if we think of any other questions. I hope you get well soon.
It's very common in women who are abused that they will defend the male companion. They will say it's their fault and they deserved it.
With Alexandra still maintaining that the shooting was accidental, Kenda has no choice but to book Perry Nyland on the lesser charge of second-degree assault.
We don't have enough information from her statements to prove it was an intentional act with a deadly weapon. So Perry was able to post a bond.
While Perry remains free until his trial, Alexandra's condition takes a turn for the worse.
2 months into this event,
It's Kenda.
we get a call from Penrose Community Hospital that says that Alexandra Drake has slipped into a coma. This is not good.
Hey, how's she doing? Is there any chance of survival?
The doctor says there's a chance, but she's in pretty grave shape. Her mom's been by her bedside every day.
Her mom's here now?
Yeah, actually, I'm glad that you're both here. Something happened that I feel like you should probably know about.
Missed you a lot.
She said they've been writing letters to each other, and something that the girl wrote really upset the mother. Now, that really piqued my interest.
Did you happen to see what she wrote?
I didn't see what was on it.
So it's pretty obvious what we're going to do. We're going to go talk to Brittany Drake and say, what's this business about letters?
Brittany, you need to tell us what's going on. And we just want to help Alexandra.
I know. I'm sorry. Honestly, I was going to get in touch with you guys. It's just that it's been so long since I had a good relationship with Alexandra, and it's just so hard.
She said, I felt somewhat guilty about not maintaining a relationship with my daughter before she was hurt. But over the last 2 months of her injury,
Do you remember the name of that place we used to go to, that lady?
and I've been here every day, we have managed to develop the relationship we had before.
I just need more time, just to let her know how much I love her.
I'm sorry it took something like this for the two of you to reconnect. Do you mind if I ask what drove you apart?
That's not an easy thing to answer. Basically, every guy she ever dated mistreated her. You know how hard it is as a mother to watch your child have those kind of relationships?
I'm a parent. I understand the nature of it. I truly do. Life is complicated. Can't teach them how to fall in love. They have to figure that out on their own. And sometimes it doesn't go so well.
So the note that she wrote on the notepad the other day, was that about the shooting?
Yeah. I think she knew she wasn't going to make it.
She says that her daughter has been having misgivings about what she told us about this incident.
We need to tell somebody.
What did it say?
It said that he did it on purpose.
I'll get the warrant.
Thank you for being honest.
Armed with new evidence, the detectives are determined to rearrest Perry Nyland. But it turns out the highway patrol beat them to it.
Mr. Nyland is out on bond, and he gets arrested for driving under the influence of alcohol. How shocking.
My girlfriend, she's dying in the hospital. It's all my fault.
Yeah, watch your head.
Listen, officer, I didn't mean to drink that much, okay? I just did.
We'll make a note of that, Mr. Nyland.
While Kenda can't be sure what exactly occurred, he believes the drugs, along with Perry Nyland's history of violence, played a major role.
Perry is a prolonged user of cocaine. They have arguments all the time about everything, including nothing.
Probably slow down.
Why don't you shut the hell up?
I think Perry was high.
What? What'd you say? What did you just
I
say?
did not say anything.
What did you just say?
I didn't say anything.
You say it again. Say it again.
He reacts and takes it out on Alexandra
I did say
in a moment of rage.
It starts with a red light on Parramatta Road. A simple stop signal, flickering against the windshield of a faded blue sedan that has seen too many summers and too many unregistered miles. The kind of car no one looks at twice. The kind of driver who blends into the night like dust into asphalt. Sydney. Winter 2021. Cold air rising from the harbour, headlights sweeping across wet pavement, the city humming with the quiet, sleepless energy of a metropolis that never quite forgets the ghosts buried under its streets. 2 police officers pull up behind the sedan. Routine patrol, routine stop. The kind of shift where nothing ever happens, until it does. The sedan's brake lights glow dull red. The driver sits motionless. No music, no movement. The officer taps the flashlight on the glass and everything changes. In the back seat, under a frayed blanket, something glints. A metal clasp, a corner of plastic, a memory disguised as an ordinary object. The officer pulls the door open, reaches inside, and finds a small, dusty music box with chipped blue paint, the exact shade that once defined a nightmare Sydney has tried to outrun for 20 years. Inside the box is a silver charm shaped like a crescent moon. A charm that belonged to a girl who vanished in 2001 without a trace. A charm catalogued in evidence. A charm photographed on missing posters. A charm the family insisted she never took off. The officer freezes. The routine stop dissolves. The past surges forward like a knife pushed through thin paper. The driver turns slowly, his face caught in the blade of flashlight beam. Expression empty. Features sharp in the cold glow. Eyes unreadable. He says nothing. He doesn't have to. The officer already feels something ancient and dangerous shift under the surface of the night. A cold case long dead has just exhaled. The arrest happens fast. Backup arrives. The man is pulled from the car. His wallet identifies him as Evan Hartley, 51, a name that means nothing at first. But the moment the music box surface, detectives awaken like hounds catching a scent that never truly faded. Because in Sydney, the year 2001 is a scar. And the name Lily Freeman is the wound beneath it. 20 years earlier, Lily was 17. Not a runaway, not troubled, not the kind of teenager who slips into the night unnoticed. She lived in a bright, yellow house on a quiet street in Glebe, played violin, volunteered at the animal shelter, dreamed of studying marine biology. She was the kind of girl every parent pointed to when they needed an example of how to do life right. Then, on the evening of September 4th, 2001, she walked out of her part-time shift at an ice cream shop on King Street, waved goodbye to her co-workers, and disappeared. Cameras caught her silhouette for 15 seconds. 15 seconds that later played on every TV channel in the country. A teenage girl stepping into the glow of a street lamp, adjusting her backpack, then vanishing behind a passing bus. After that, nothing. No witnesses, no struggle, no phone calls. Just a girl swallowed whole by the city. The case spiraled into chaos. News crews camped outside her family's home. Volunteers searched the parks, the canals, the train lines. Officers interviewed everyone. Friends, ex-boyfriends, co-workers, strangers captured on security footage. The charm necklace became a symbol of hope. Find the charm. Find the girl. They never found it. They never found her. By Christmas, the posters had faded. By 2003, the hotline went silent. By 2007, the file was stamped with a phrase every detective hates. Inactive. Pending new evidence. And now, 2 decades later, that new evidence sits in a small plastic bag on a metal table under fluorescent lights, its blue paint chipped but unmistakable. A charm that shouldn't exist outside a sealed file. A charm that should have been around Lily's neck on the night she vanished. A charm that appears suddenly in the back seat of a stranger's car at a red light on Parramatta Road. Detective Sam Calder receives the call at 3:14 a.m. He's half asleep, stretched on the couch of his office, a cup of cold coffee on the floor. When the phone vibrates, he groans, reaches for it, and hears 8 words that yank him fully awake. "We think we have something from the Lily case." He grabs his coat, keys, badge, and speeds through the empty streets, heart pounding with a mixture of dread and adrenaline. Because he remembers 2001. He was 25, a junior investigator drowning in paperwork, too inexperienced to trust his instincts, too naive to believe the city could swallow a girl without leaving a body or a footprint. The Freeman case haunted him. It made him older, sharper, harder. He knows every line of the file by heart. Now the case is yawning open again. When he arrives at the station, officers are gathered around the evidence table. The music box sits there like a relic dug from a grave. The charm glimmers faintly under the harsh lights. The plastic bag crinkles as Sam lifts it, and a familiar chill spreads through his chest. It's the same feeling he had 20 years ago when he stood in Lily's bedroom and saw the empty hook on her wall where the necklace should have hung. "Where did this come from?" he asks. Officer Grant, the one who made the traffic stop, swallows hard. "Backseat of the suspect's car, hidden under a blanket. Name? Evan Hartley. No priors, no record, not even a speeding ticket." Sam frowns. "And the stop?" "Broken tail light." Grant shifts awkwardly. "Routine." "Nothing about this case is routine," Sam says. "They call in the suspect." Hartley sits in the interview room like a man waiting for a dentist appointment. Calm, hands folded, face expressionless. He looks up once as Sam enters, eyes sharp, dark. Sam studies him. There's nothing distinguishable. Not handsome, not threatening, just painfully average. The kind of face you forget the moment you look away. The kind of man who could walk past you 1,000 times without registering. "Do you know why you're here?" Sam asks. Hartley shrugs. "Broken light. And the music box?" A beat. A flicker of emotion crosses his face. Irritation? Amusement? Then it vanishes. "Must have been there when I bought the car. We checked." Sam replies. "The previous owner didn't have kids. No daughters. No reason to have a blue music box with a moon charm inside." Hartley's jaw tightens. "Then it wasn't mine." Sam leans forward. "This belonged to a girl who disappeared in 2001. 17 years old. Her name was Lily Freeman." Silence fills the room, the hum of the air conditioner, the distant echo of doors closing. Hartley blinks, disinterested. "Never heard of her," he says. Sam watches his cadence, his tone, his micro-gestures. Hartley is good, controlled, but there's something off. Too even, too rehearsed. Innocent men trip over their answers. Guilty men make their lies look polished. Sam nods toward the two-way mirror. "You mind giving us fingerprints? Should I call a lawyer?" "You can," Sam says. "But if you're innocent, giving prints will clear you." Hartley's eyes narrow. Sam sees the hesitation. It lasts 1 second too long. That second is the first crack. They take fingerprints. They send them off for rush analysis. They search Hartley's car. They find nothing else. No hair, no blood, no fibers, no signs of struggle. The man has scrubbed his life clean. But the charm is enough to reopen the cold case formally, enough to make phones ring in every department, enough to bring Lily's parents, now older, frailer, to the precinct with trembling hands and a question they've asked for 20 years. Is it her? Sam can't answer. Not yet. He wishes he could. He sees the hope in her mother's face, the fear in her father's, the exhaustion in their posture. The waiting room feels colder with them in it. He steps outside to breathe. The early morning fog wraps around the precinct like a ghost pressing against the walls. A city waking up. A case waking up with it. The fingerprint results come back at 7:52 a.m. Hartley's prints have no match in any national database. He's a ghost. No employment record past 2010. No medical history. No tax records for 5 years. The kind of man who exists just enough to function, but not enough to be seen. Sam pulls up the CCTV from the traffic stop. Hartley's face in the glow of red light. Blank. Emotionless. But something catches Sam's eye. A small scar on the wrist. A thin white line. Something he's seen before. Somewhere deep in the Lily case file. He runs to the archive room, flinging open boxes labeled Freeman 2001. Paper rustles, dust rises, photos slide out. Lily in school uniform, Lily performing violin, Lily at the beach with friends. And then the ones taken from the 2001 suspects. Men questioned, cleared, forgotten. Sam finds the one he's searching for. A blurry image from a witness description. A man walking behind Lily on King Street a week before her disappearance. A man with a crescent-shaped scar on his wrist. He holds the two photos side by side. Same wrist, same scar, same man, 2 decades apart. Sam breathes out, slow and cold. The routine stop wasn't routine. The broken tail light wasn't broken. Someone wanted Hartley found. Or Hartley wanted to be found. The question presses into the room like fog seeping under a door. Why keep the charm? Why now? Why surface after 20 years? Sam closes the file and looks through the window at Hartley sitting calmly in the interview room, hands folded neatly, as if everything is going exactly the way he planned. This isn't just a cold case reopening. This is a trap door creaking open beneath the city, revealing a darkness far deeper, far older, far more deliberate than anyone ever imagined. And the man in the chair is smiling now, as if the story has only just begun. They move him to interview room 2, the one with the older cameras and the colder walls, because Sam wants to see how a man behaves when the room feels like a confession booth built from cement and silence. Hartley doesn't protest. He sits, the same folded hands, the same calm expression, as if he's been waiting for someone to finally pull him into the spotlight he tried to avoid for 20 years. Sam doesn't sit right away. He circles him, slow, deliberate, letting the hum of the fluorescent lights fill the air like static before a storm. Something about this moment feels rehearsed, like stepping into a theater where the actors already know their lines. The charm rests on this metal table between them, sealed in a plastic evidence bag, glinting like a dropped star. Sam taps it once with his finger, the sharp click echoing off the walls. "You said you didn't know Lily Freeman." Hartley's eyes lift lazily. "I don't." "Then why is her necklace in your car?" "Maybe someone left it there before me. Car ownership records show you've had that sedan for 8 years." A long blink. Not panic. Calculation. 8 years is plenty of time for someone to leave something behind. Sam leans forward. "Except this necklace disappeared in 2001, and your car was manufactured in 2009. For the first time, the mask twitches. Barely, but enough. Sam sits down slowly. "Do you understand what this means?" Hartley exhales, slow and soft, like someone amused by a child telling ghost stories. "It means you've found something you think matters. It does matter, only if you believe in coincidences." Hartley says, "Or the lack of them." Sam studies him carefully, the way you study a storm rolling in. "You want to tell me how you got it?" "No." "Want to tell me where you were on September 4th, 2001 around 8:40 p.m.? Hartley smiles faintly. "You tell me." Sam's fist tightens under the table, but he keeps his voice even. "We're not playing that game." "You already are," Hartley replies. "You walked into this room thinking you understand how the story goes. Missing girl, creepy man, old charm, cold case, closure, but you don't know anything yet." Sam stands abruptly and leaves the room, letting the door slam shut behind him. It's the only satisfying sound he's had since the charm hit the table earlier that night. Outside, Grant is waiting in the hallway, eyes wide. "What is he? A sociopath?" "Something worse." Sam mutters. "He's ready." "Ready for what?" "For this." Sam doesn't elaborate, because truthfully, he's not entirely sure what this is. They rerun the dash cam footage from the stop. The entire thing is ordinary, the pullover, the walk-up, the flashlight sweep. But Sam rewinds it again and again, eyes narrowing. "Right there," he says, pointing to the timestamp. Pause. The screen freezes on the moment Officer Grant taps the window. But Sam isn't looking at Grant. He's looking at the rearview mirror, at the faint reflection of Hartley's eyes before he turns. There's something in them. Recognition. As if he already knows the script. As if the light turning red wasn't bad luck, but choreography. Sam rubs a hand across his jaw. What if he wanted to be caught? Why would anyone want that? Grant asks. Guilt? Attention? Sam shakes his head. Not him. Because the calmness, the patience, the waiting, it doesn't feel like guilt. It feels like completion. The forensics lab calls. They've run early DNA tests on the edges of the music box, the clasp, the charm. Sam rushes down the hall, heart pounding, but the results only deepen the mystery. We found 2 sets of DNA, the lab tech says. One belongs to Lily. Sam closes his eyes briefly. He knew it, but hearing confirmation from a sterile machine hits harder than expected. And the second? He asks. The tech hesitates. It's inconclusive, partial, contaminated, but definitely not Hartley. Sam frowns. Male or female? Female, we think. But we need more to be certain. A second person, a second set of hands. Someone who touched the charm after Lily lost it, or after it was taken from her. A cold wind pushes through Sam's mind. Hartley wasn't the only one, maybe not even the first. He heads straight back to the interview room. Hartley looks up without surprise, like he sensed movement in the hall through the walls. Sam throws the DNA results on the table. Who is she? Hartley's lips curl. You think one man can give you a whole tragedy? You kept the charm? Did I? It was in your car. Hartley tilts his head. Objects travel. People move. Stories drift. You're trying to anchor something that was never meant to stay still. Sam slams his hand onto the table. Who was with you? Hartley doesn't flinch. Someone who understood how to let things go. Sam's voice drops to a whisper. Her? Hartley's silence is louder than an answer. Sam leaves again, chest tight. He calls Detective Carla Park, the new partner assigned unofficially to the reopened case. She arrives in 20 minutes, hair pulled into a quick ponytail, jacket thrown over pajamas. What's so urgent you woke me up? Sam hands her the DNA sheet. Her expression hardens. Female. That changes things. It changes everything. Sam says. Carla taps her pen against the paper. We need to re-examine the original suspect pool. Already did, Sam replies. No female suspects. Not formally. Not formally, Carla echoes. Then she glances at the mirror toward the interrogation room. He's loving this, isn't he? More than he should. She leans closer. Do you think he's protecting her? Sam exhales. Or obeying her. They go through the 2-1 file again. A fresh pair of eyes brings fresh cracks. Carla finds a note Sam has seen 100 times, but never truly seen, written by an investigator who retired in 2004. Interviewed co-worker Emily Shaw, gave basic statement, nothing suspicious, follow-up deemed unnecessary. Carla circles it. Emily Shaw. Age? Lily's co-worker, 18 at the time. Where is she now? Sam checks. Emily Shaw changed her name in 2006. Married, moved, no criminal record. She now lives 40 minutes north of Sydney. Carla leans back. If the second DNA is hers, we don't know that, Sam snaps. But she was the last person to see Lily alive, Carla says. And she never came up again. Sam pushes his hands through his hair. We need a warrant. We need a reason. Carla counters. Hartley isn't talking. The DNA is partial. Shaw has no record. The charm? Sam says. It connects them somehow. The charm connects to him. Carla replies. We don't know who handled it. Sam rubs his temples. He hates being right in the dark. He hates shadows pretending to be answers. They broaden the search. Phone records, bank statements, old addresses, social circles. Sam pins a photo of Emily Shaw, now Emily Harper, next to Hartley's on the investigation board. Two faces, 20 years apart, connected by a necklace and a girl who never came home. Carla studies the board. Do you see it? Sam nods slowly. Patterns? Yes? She says. Patterns of proximity. Because Emily Shaw lived 2 streets away from Lily. Because she worked the same shifts. Because she attended the same school events despite being older. Because she once volunteered to walk Lily home at night. Because she was protective in ways no one questioned. A soft-spoken older girl watching over a quiet younger one. Carla traces the web with her finger. You think she was obsessed? Or jealous? Sam murmurs. Or something worse. And Hartley? Sam's eyes darken. The accomplice. The shadow. The one who carries the guilt. And she? The mastermind. Carla exhales. We're building a monster without proof. Not yet. Sam says. But the shape is there. At noon, the Freeman family arrives again. This time, Sam has to face them. Lily's mother sits across from him, hands shaking, eyes red but fierce. Is it him? She asks. Sam chooses honesty. We don't know. But you think it's connected? Yes. Her father's voice cracks. We waited 20 years, Detective. Don't let this disappear again. Sam nods, feeling the weight of their trust like a stone pressing into his ribs. He returns to the interview room. Hartley is still waiting, still calm. You're protecting someone, Sam says. Who? Hartley studies him. Funny thing about protection, he says. Sometimes it looks like silence. Sometimes it looks like surrender. Is she dangerous? More dangerous than me. Sam's pulse spikes. Where is she? Hartley's smile cuts the room in half. Closer than you think. Closer. Sam leaves, breath shaky. Carla steps beside him. We need to find her before she finds us. Sam nods. Start with her last known address. Carla hesitates. You think she knows we're coming? Sam looks back at the interview room. Hartley is watching them through the mirror, watching with the confidence of someone who knows the next move before they make it. She knew the moment we picked him up, Sam says. This is her game. They head to Emily Harper's neighborhood, a quiet cul-de-sac, trimmed hedges, children's bikes in driveways. The kind of place nightmares go to hide behind nice curtains. They knock. No answer. The house is cold, lights off, blinds drawn. Carla peeks through the side window. No movement. Sam tries the back. The gate swings open too easily. The back door is ajar. They step inside. The house smells like lemon cleaner and emptiness. Kitchen spotless. Living room neat. No photos. No clutter. No signs of anyone living here at all. Not even dust. Carla whispers, She's gone. Sam nods. Not gone. She left. On the refrigerator is a single object held by a magnet. A street map of Sydney. Several neighborhoods circled in red. The oldest circle is from 2001, the ice cream shop where Lily worked. Another circle marks Lily's home street. A third marks the spot where volunteers searched the canal. The most recent circle is fresh ink. It surrounds the precinct. Sam's phone vibrates. Unknown number. He answers. A woman's voice, calm, older, familiar in a way that makes the air around him turn sharp. You're too late, Detective. Emily? Sam breathes. Carla stiffens beside him. You should stop digging. The voice says. Some stories were never meant to be solved. You killed her, Sam says, feeling the truth settle like ice water. Silence. Then 5 quiet words. He was only the helper. The line goes dead. Sam stands in the hollow quiet of the empty house, heart pounding, map trembling in his hand. The cold case is wide open now, and somewhere in Sydney, the real predator, the one who's been hiding in plain sight for 20 years, is already making her next move, and she knows exactly where they're looking. They seal off the house by late afternoon, yellow tape stretched across the doorway like a thin warning not meant for the public, but for the detectives who step inside and feel something cold observing them from the walls. Carla moves through the living room with gloves on and a flashlight low to the floor, searching for anything, dust, thread, a stray fingerprint. But the place is so clean, it feels unreal. Like someone scrubbed not just the surfaces, but the very memory of the house. Sam stands in the doorway of the bedroom, where the carpet still has perfect lines from a vacuum cleaner. "Nobody lives like this," he mutters. Carla looks up. "Someone preparing to leave does." The wardrobe doors slide open with a whisper. Empty. No clothes, no hangers, no boxes. She ghosted the life she had. Carla says. People don't vanish this neatly unless they've practiced. Sam steps deeper into the room. Or unless they know we're coming. He finds a drawer that sticks slightly when he pulls it. Inside, a single item, a folded sheet of music, the ink smudged from years of use. Violin notation. Sam recognizes it instantly. Lily used to play the same piece at school performances. He lifts it carefully. On the back, in faint pencil, someone has written a line of text. Some melodies don't end. They loop. Carla glances over his shoulder. She kept it all this time. Or she kept it because it belonged to Lily. The air grows heavy again, the kind of heaviness that comes right before a revelation or a disaster. Sam's phone buzzes. Takeda from command. "Where the hell are you?" he demands before Sam can speak. "At Harper's house. She's gone." There's a long silence, broken only by the static crackle on the line. "You need to come back," Takeda says finally. "Hartley's asking for you." "He spoke?" Sam asks, startled. "No. He refused to talk to anyone else. Only you." Sam knows what that means. It means Hartley has been waiting for this moment like a man waiting for the next page of a script only he knows. "I'll be there in 20, Sam says and hangs up. As they drive back to the precinct, storm clouds gather over the city. Thick, bruised, the kind that turn afternoon into evening without warning. Sydney's skyline appears jagged and sharp against the darkening sky, like a city remembering the shape of its own nightmares. Sam grips the wheel tightly. What did she mean? He was only the helper? Carla looks out the window. It means she thinks she was the conductor, the one who chose the notes. And Hartley? The instrument, Carla whispers. The car falls silent. When they arrive at the precinct, officers move like nervous shadows in the hallways. Something feels off. The air inside is tighter, the kind of tension that spreads before anyone has the courage to say why. Sam heads straight to interview room 2. The camera light is blinking. Hartley sits exactly where Sam left him, hands folded, posture relaxed. But there's a glimmer in his eyes now, a spark that didn't exist before. As if he knows the game has advanced to the next level. Sam enters. The door closes with a soft metal clang that echoes too long. Hartley smiles. Did you find her? Sam doesn't answer. Where is she? You think I know? Hartley asks, amused. I know only what she wanted me to. Sam sits across from him. Why did she call me? Hartley tilts his head. She likes patterns. Meaning? You found me, he says. So she decided to find you. A cold prickle spreads across Sam's spine. She said you weren't the main one. Hartley chuckles. She said that? Good. She always hated giving credit. Sam slams the sheet of violin music onto the table. Why did she keep Lily's things? Hartley looks at the notes with a strange softness. Because she collected memories, even the painful ones, especially the painful ones. She kept trophies. Sam says. That's what killers do. Hartley leans in, voice lowering. You still think this is about trophies? About violence? You're missing the point. Then explain it. Not yet, he murmurs. Not until she's ready. Sam's composure cracks. Ready for what? Hartley's silence is heavier than any answer. Talk to me. Sam demands. Tell me why, Lily. Tell me why you kept her charm for 20 years. Do you know what obsession looks like when it grows legs? Hartley asks. Do you know what loneliness turns into if you let it ferment? Sam's jaw tightens. You're not making sense. I'm making perfect sense, Hartley whispers. You're just not ready to believe the truth. People don't disappear because a moment goes wrong. They disappear because someone decides they don't belong to the world anymore. Sam stands so abruptly the chair tips back. We're moving him, he tells the officer outside. Secure holding. No more games. But before the door shuts, Hartley says quietly, She's going to reach out again. And when she does, you'll understand why I kept quiet for 20 years. Sam walks away, pulse pounding. In the hallway, Carla catches up to him. What did he say? Half riddles, half taunts. Same as before. No. Sam mutters. Worse. He knows her next move. Meaning she's predictable? Meaning she's planned this. They follow procedure because protocol demands it. They secure the necklace in evidence. They submit a request for enhanced DNA sequencing. They expand the background search on Emily Harper, financials, travel histories, old contact lists. And while the system churns through data, Sam goes back to the original 2001 interviews. He listens to Emily's voice on the recording. Gentle, quiet, almost shy. Lily was sweet, she said. She trusted people too quickly. Did you ever walk home with her? A few times, just to make sure she was safe. Did she ever mention someone following her? No. Lily never told me anything scary. But Sam hears something now, something his younger self missed. An eagerness buried under the kindness, a possessive warmth. As if Emily wanted Lily to confide in her, to rely on her, to depend on her. Carla steps into the room. Sam, she whispers. We found something. She hands him a file. Old. Fragile. This was misfiled in the archives. Sam opens it. Inside, a statement dated 1 week before Lily disappeared. Written by Lily's mother. It says Lily had met a new friend who was older, who walked her home sometimes, who made her uncomfortable without doing anything wrong. She never named her, Carla says. But the description fits Emily. Sam's breath leaves slowly. Someone wrote non-urgent on the corner. Carla adds. Then it vanished from the active file. Sam closes the folder. She isolated Lily. Slowly. And Hartley? Carla asks. Where does he fit? Sam's answer comes like a cold realization. He was the one who acted. The storm outside hits hard, rattling the windows. Carla moves closer. Sam, you need to hear this. They go back to the interview recording taken minutes earlier. While Sam was leaving the room, the mic picked up something faint. So faint it requires the volume pushed to its limit. A whisper from Hartley, spoken when he thought no one was listening. She'll take another one. Sam feels the world tilt. Another what? Carla meets his eyes. Another girl. The precinct erupts into motion again. Alert sent, units mobilized. But it feels wrong. like chasing shadows in a city built from mirrors. Sam knows Emily won't take someone random. She takes people she studies, people she watches, people who fit her pattern. He stares at the investigation board, at the photos pinned there, Lily in uniform, Lily holding a violin, Lily smiling shyly. Who fits the pattern now? Carla asks. Sam thinks. Hard. Someone young, he says. Someone quiet. Someone she can approach without raising alarm. You think she's been scouting? She's been planning, Sam says. Then Carla's phone vibrates. A message from dispatch. A missing girl report. Filed 10 minutes ago. 17 years old. From a suburb Emily once lived near. Last seen leaving part-time work. Sam meets Carla's eyes. A single shared thought pulses between them like an alarm bell. She's started again. The name of the new missing girl hits the precinct like a shockwave. Aria Collins, 17. Part-time barista at a cafe near the waterfront. Last seen at 8:15 p.m. Leaving through the back alley, hair tied in a loose bun, backpack slung over one shoulder, walking the same kind of quiet street Lily once walked, under the same kind of indifferent street lamp, into the same kind of Sydney night that pretends not to notice when a young girl disappears into its shadows. Sam stares at the report, breath tightening. It's happening again, not in echoes, not in theory, but in real time, in the space of minutes instead of decades. Carla stands beside him, jaw clenched. We put out an alert. Alerts won't matter, Sam says. She planned this. We don't know that. Yes, he replies, voice gravel low. We do. Because patterns aren't accidents. Patterns are habits. Patterns are signatures. Patterns are confessions written without words. And right now, the signature is screaming. The precinct becomes a hive of frantic motion. Officers scatter, radios crackle, maps are rolled out, the storm outside beating against the windows like a warning from the city itself. Sam grabs his coat. Carla follows. Takeda intercepts them with a raised hand. You're not going anywhere, he says. Hartley is still our active suspect. Emily took Aria. Sam snaps. Hartley told us she'd take another. Takeda stares at him, eyes narrowing. You're basing that on half a sentence muttered into a microphone you weren't supposed to be listening to. Carla steps forward. Takeda, the evidence at her house. Circumstantial. Her disappearance. Coincidence. Sam steps closer, voice low. She called me. From a burner. Right after we visited her house. That finally cracks Takeda's stone facade. A flicker of concern. Did you record it? No. Did anyone else hear it? No. Takeda sighs. Great, so we have nothing. Sam doesn't blink. We have everything. He pushes past him, and Carla follows, the storm wind catching the door as they leave, flinging cold rain into the hallway. Takeda curses but doesn't call them back. He knows better. Some instincts are older than protocol. On the drive to Aria's last known location, the rain becomes a wall. Wipers struggle, headlights smear against the wet road. Carla clutches the dashboard. You think she's keeping her somewhere? Not yet, Sam says. Not if Emily is following the old pattern. Which is? Isolation first. Trust second. Control third. Carla exhales shakily. And the fourth? Sam doesn't answer. The fourth is the part no detective says aloud. They reach the alley in minutes. Police tape flutters in the wind. An officer approaches with a grim expression. We canvassed the shops. No witnesses, no cameras facing the alley. But, he hands Sam a small evidence bag. Inside, a folded napkin from Aria's cafe. Written in blue ink, you shouldn't walk alone. Come with me instead. Carla inhales sharply. No signature. She wouldn't leave one. Sam says. She doesn't need to. The alley smells faintly of rain and garbage. Sam crouches, scanning the ground. Wet footprints lead from the cafe door toward the main street, but they end abruptly, washed into nothing by the storm. He looks up at the rooftops. A narrow fire escape, old metal, rusted bolts. She watches from heights. Sam murmurs. It's how she saw Lily after work. It's how she chose her moments. Carla follows his gaze. Emily climbed this? She's capable of more than we give her credit for. Sam's phone buzzes. The number is blocked. He answers immediately. Where is she? A calm exhale on the other end. A woman's voice. Soft. Familiar. You rush too much, Detective. Carla's eyes widen. Sam switches to speaker. Emily, he says. Aria is 17. She's a kid. This isn't the same. It's exactly the same, Emily replies. A lonely girl walking home. A world too loud to hear her fear. Carla steps closer to the phone. If you hurt her, I don't hurt people, Emily says, almost offended. I liberate them. The rain grows louder, drumming against the metal dumpsters. What do you want? Sam asks. For you to understand, Emily says, that Lily wasn't taken. She was chosen. Sam's grip tightens. Chosen for what? Emily laughs softly, like someone amused by a child mispronouncing a word. That's what you've never understood. Tell me, Sam says. Tell me why Lily, why Aria? Another soft breath. Because they were lost. I found them. Carla's pulse thunders. Where is Aria now? Safe, Emily whispers. But safety is temporary. You know that. Emily, listen to me. Sam says. You're not saving anyone. Neither are you. The line clicks dead. Sam curses and slams the phone into his pocket. We trace that call? Carla is already dialing. Trying. Rain's messing with the towers. A second officer approaches with a tablet. We got a partial ping, somewhere near Darlinghurst. But the radius is huge. Carla gestures to the map. She could be in one of 1,000 buildings. Sam shakes his head. Not 1,000. She chooses places she knows, places with exits, places she can watch without being seen. He remembers the map pinned to her refrigerator. Circles. Patterns. She's staying close to her old hunting grounds, he says. King Street. The park. The boarded-up lots. Carla nods. Let's split units. We'll cover the perimeter. They fan out through the city, sirens silent to avoid tipping her off. Officers check abandoned buildings, closed shops, dark corners where shadows thicken. The storm soaks everyone instantly. Sydney becomes a maze of slick pavement and trembling reflections. Hours pass with nothing. The city feels like it's holding something in its clenched teeth. Then a call comes through. We found something, an officer says over the radio. You need to see this. Sam and Carla race to the location. A pedestrian tunnel near the old bus depot. Graffiti covers the walls in layers of neon anger. A flickering fluorescent bulb casts a sickly glow. On the ground lies a backpack. Aria's, confirmed by the cafe logo pin on the strap. Carla kneels, unzips it. Inside, her wallet, her phone, dead from rain, and a folded piece of sheet music, violin notes, smudged. Carla whispers, she's repeating herself. Sam stands very still. No, he says. She's escalating. He shines a flashlight across the tunnel. The beam catches something on the far wall. Words written in blue marker, the same shade as the ink on the napkin. Some girls can't walk home alone. Underneath, a hand-drawn crescent moon. Carla exhales shakily. She left this for us. No, Sam says, for me. He steps closer, studying the handwriting. She's pushing, testing how fast I can follow. Carla looks around. She must have been here minutes ago. Or she's still watching. They scan the area. No silhouette, no movement. But the feeling of eyes on them lingers like cold air. Back at the precinct, Takeda's expression is grim. We'll issue an Amber Alert equivalent. And if Emily sees it, she'll move faster. Sam says. She's careful, but she panics when cornered. That makes her dangerous. Takeda rubs his forehead. We don't even have proof she took Aria. The pattern is the proof, Sam says. The call, the backpack, the tunnel message. Patterns don't hold in court. We're not in court, Sam says. We're in a race. They regroup in the war room, maps spread across tables, photos pinned under fluorescent light, Lily's face beside Aria's. Carla stares at them. She doesn't choose random girls. She chooses girls who remind her of herself, Sam says. Carla pauses. Her file said she was introverted, isolated, attached to younger students. She creates attachments, Sam says. Twisted ones. Carla looks at him. So what broke her? Sam shakes his head. We're not profiling trauma. We're chasing a predator. Takeda enters with an update. The text stabilized Hartley's whisper. He hits play. The enhanced audio is chillingly clear. She'll take another one. Then she'll send you the last note. Carla swallows. Last note? Sam stares at the board again. Sheet music, ink, messages. She sees the world like a song, he says, and she thinks she's the composer. Rain beats against the windows again, harder now, as if the storm itself is leaning closer to hear the next move. Takeda says nothing as Sam grabs his coat again. Where are you going? To the place she loved most, Sam says. The place where she believed Lily belonged. Carla's eyes widen. You don't mean... Yes, Sam says quietly. The old music hall. The building has been abandoned for 15 years. Condemned. Broken windows. A place where echoes linger long after footsteps fade. Carla grabs her flashlight. If she's there, she will be, Sam says. And Aria will be with her. They drive through the storm toward the dark silhouette of the music hall, rising like a haunted cathedral against the lightning-lit sky. Sam feels the engine tremble under his hands. He feels something else, too. Something colder. Something inevitable. The last note, he murmurs. She's writing her ending. Carla looks at him. Then we read it before she plays it. They step out into the rain, flashlights cutting through the darkness, the building towering over them like a forgotten monument to every secret the city tried to bury. Somewhere inside, a girl cries for help. Somewhere inside, a woman watches. Somewhere inside, the cold case is breathing again, louder, sharper, hungrier than ever. And this time, the storm won't wash the truth away. The old music hall looms in front of them like a hollow rib cage, iron bones jutting through broken windows, rain dripping from shattered eaves in slow, heavy drops that sound like a countdown. The building used to hold orchestras, applause, beauty. Now it holds only silence and shadows, the kind that stretch too long and move too slowly. Sam feels the weight of it pressing against his skin as he and Carla step toward the entrance, flashlights cutting thin slices into the darkness. The double doors are warped, one hanging slightly off its hinge, as if someone forced it open not long ago. Carla runs her gloved fingers over the scrape marks. Fresh, she whispers. Sam nods. She's inside. Rainwater sweeps across the foyer floor, making the marble glisten like glass. Their footsteps echo, crisp and lonely, swallowed almost instantly by the cavernous space around them. The hall still smells faintly of old wood and dust, but underneath it is something sharper, lemon cleaner, the same scent from Emily Harper's pristine kitchen. Carla notices it too. Her jaw tenses. She prepared this place. Her stage, Sam murmurs. Every predator needs one. They advance slowly, each step careful, measured, the beam of their flashlights trembling slightly with the tension that coils inside their muscles. Somewhere above, a drip echoes. Somewhere deeper inside, a faint shuffle lingers at the edge of hearing. Sam raises a hand, signaling Carla to stop. The air feels wrong. Too still, too held, as if the building itself is holding its breath. They move toward the main hall, the doors half open, revealing rows of broken seats stretching toward a darkened stage, like an audience waiting for a performance that never ended. Carla's voice drops to a whisper. "This is where Lily used to practice violin during competitions, right?" Sam nods. Her school rented the hall once a month. Emily would have known that. Carla exhales. Then she chose this place because it mattered to her. Sam steps forward. No, because it mattered to Lily. The stage is cast in shadow, the curtains torn, the floorboards uneven. Rainwater drips through cracks in the ceiling, tapping out a rhythm that feels deliberate, ominous. They sweep their flashlights across the seats, and there, in the third row, something glints. A small metal object propped neatly on a chair. They approach cautiously. It's a music stand, the kind used in orchestras, polished unnaturally clean. On it sits a single sheet of violin music. A familiar one. The same piece found in Emily's drawer. Carla barely breathes. She's telling us we're in the right place. As if summoned by this realization, a soft, creaking sound echoes from the backstage area. A footstep. A shift? Or simply the old building complaining? Sam raises his weapon instinctively. Carla mirrors him. They move toward the side door leading backstage, the narrow corridor dripping with water from broken pipes above. The smell changes, dust giving way to damp clothes, human scent, something faintly sweet and wrong. Halfway down the corridor, Sam freezes. On the wall, drawn crudely in blue marker, is a crescent moon. The same symbol Emily leaves everywhere. But below it, she has added something new. 2 stick figures. One tall, one smaller. A line between them like a tether. Carla whispers, "She's escalating her messaging. She's telling a story." Sam says, "She wants us to read it." They reach the backstage wing. A single folding chair sits near the corner, empty. On it rests Aria's shoe, the left one, soaked from the rain but placed carefully, intentionally. Sam picks it up with gloved hands. "She's been here." Carla's voice trembles. "Is she still?" Sam looks toward the stairs that ascend to the upper rehearsal rooms. We go up. The stairs groan under their weight, every step echoing like a warning shot. Halfway up, Sam stops abruptly. A soft sound trickles from above. A voice, a girl's voice, trembling, crying. "Help, please." Carla's breath catches. "Aria." Sam moves faster, weapon raised, flashlight trembling with adrenaline. They reach the first landing. The corridor ahead is narrow, lined with old rehearsal rooms. Most doors are open, empty, dark. But at the very end is a room with faint light leaking under the door, flickering like candlelight. Sam approaches slowly, heart hammering. "Aria," he calls softly. A broken sob answers. Carla grips her radio with her free hand but doesn't speak. Backup is minutes away. Minutes might be too long. Sam reaches the door. "Aria, if you can hear me, we're here to help." Another sob. Higher this time. Younger. He grips the doorknob. It turns. The door creaks open. Inside, the room is lit by a single lantern set on the floor. Shadows spill across the cracked mirror and peeling walls. Against the far corner sits Aria. Knees pulled to her chest, arms wrapped tightly around them, eyes wide and terrified. Her hair is damp, her clothes rumpled, but she's conscious. Alive. Carla moves toward her immediately, crouching low. Arya, it's okay. We're police. You're safe. Arya flinches. She said you'd say that. Carla's face twists with confusion. Who? Arya's voice cracks. The woman. She said not to trust. A scraping sound interrupts her. Behind the door. Slow. Intentional. Sam whirls toward the doorway. The air shifts. The lantern flickers. Someone is standing in the hallway. A silhouette. A woman. Emily Harper. She steps forward just enough for the dim light to catch her face. Calm. Composed. Almost serene. Like a teacher about to correct a student. Detective, she says softly. You're early. Carla stands, shielding Arya with her body. Sam raises his weapon. It's over, Emily. She smiles faintly. Over. No. This is the opening note. Arya comes with us. Sam says. Now. Emily tilts her head, studying him like he's a puzzle she enjoys but hasn't fully solved yet. Do you know why you've never understood Lily's story? Sam doesn't answer. She steps closer. Because you believe disappearance is the crime. Her voice lowers. But the real crime is abandonment. Carla's grip tightens on her weapon. Step back. Emily ignores her. Lily was alone. I wasn't. I stayed. Sam's voice hardens. You controlled her. Emily's eyes flash with emotion. Admiration? Grief? Something darker. I guided her. The world didn't deserve her. I gave her a way out. Carla whispers. You took her life. Emily's expression softens in a chilling way. I freed her. Sam's pulse spikes. Where is Lily's body? Emily looks almost sad. You don't bury someone you love. The words hit the air like ice. Sam steps forward. What did you do? Emily raises a finger to her lips. Shh. Arya is listening. Arya begins to cry harder. Carla murmurs. It's okay. Keep your eyes on me. But Arya's gaze stays glued to Emily, as if under a spell. Emily turns her attention back to Sam. You want the truth? Yes. Sam says. Then listen carefully. She steps fully into the room. Lily didn't fight. She followed. You coerced her. I waited for her to choose. Choose what? Emily smiles gently. To leave the world. Sam moves quickly. Hands where I can see. But Emily lifts her hands slowly, deliberately, as if indulging him. Detective, I didn't take Arya to hurt her. You abducted her. I saved her. From what? The same silence that swallowed Lily. Sam feels the tension coil tighter. Emily, step back. No, she says, voice suddenly cold. You step back. You're disrupting the arrangement. Carla shouts, Sam! But before she finishes, Emily lunges, not toward them, but toward the lantern. A blast of blinding light fills the room as the lantern crashes to the floor, glass exploding. The flame sparks violently, and the room plunges into chaos. Carla shields Arya. Sam lunges forward, grabbing Emily's arm, but she twists with impossible precision, slipping free like smoke. She bolts past him, disappearing into the dark corridor outside. Sam races after her. Carla stays with Arya, shouting, Go! I've got her! The corridor stretches endlessly, shadows flickering as Sam runs, flashlight beam cutting through emptiness. Emily! Stop! His voice echoes, mocking him. A door slams somewhere above. Footsteps clatter up the metal spiral stairs, leading to the balcony level. He follows, lungs burning, shoes slipping on wet metal. At the top, the balcony overlooks the entire hall, stage far below, lantern light still flickering through the cracks. Emily stands near the railing, back turned to him, rainwater dripping through the ceiling onto her hair. She doesn't move as he approaches. You can't run, Sam says, breath ragged. It's over. You're wrong, she murmurs. There's one note left. Sam steps closer. Emily? She turns, eyes sharp as glass. You still don't understand the ending. Lightning flashes. Thunder cracks the air. For a split second, Sam sees something in her hand, something small, metallic, familiar. A crescent moon. Lily's charm, the original one. I kept this, Emily says softly. Not as a trophy, as a promise. Put it down, Sam says. It belongs to the girl who was never meant for this world. She closes her fist around the charm. And neither was I. Then she steps back. Just one step. The floorboard cracks. Sam surges forward, reaching. Emily falls. A single scream swallowed by the cavernous hall as her body plummets into the darkness below. The thud echoes like the end of a symphony. Sam collapses against the railing, chest heaving, rain mixing with sweat on his skin. Far below, Emily Harper lies motionless, the charm beside her hand like a forgotten piece of sky. Carla arrives seconds later, breathless. Sam, what? He can't speak. Somewhere behind them, Aria begins to sob again. And somewhere deeper still, in the hollow ribs of the music hall, the truth shifts. Incomplete, fractured, waiting for the final answers buried in the darkness Emily left behind. Because even in death, she has left one question burning like a flame. Where is Lily? The sound of Emily's body hitting the stage doesn't stop echoing, even after the paramedics arrive, even after the hall fills with blue lights and white gloves and clipped radio chatter. It repeats in Sam's head on a loop, layered over Lily's violin, over Aria's sobs, over 20 years of unanswered questions. On the floor below, medics kneel beside Emily's motionless form, checking for a pulse more out of duty than hope. One shakes his head before he even finishes, the universal gesture that says what everyone already knows. Whatever story she was telling, she won't be narrating the final chapter. Carla clutches the railing, eyes wide, breathing hard. She jumped, she says, as if saying it aloud might make it less insane. Sam doesn't answer. His gaze is locked on the charm lying inches from Emily's hand, the crescent moon glinting in the broken stage light. He forces his legs to move, forces himself down the tight metal stairs, past the creaking balcony, back to the ground floor where the smell of old wood has been replaced by the metallic tang of fresh death. A crime scene tech is already photographing the body, flash popping like distant lightning. Emily's face is turned to the side, eyes half open, expression strangely peaceful. Her arms are bent awkwardly under her, like a marionette dropped mid-performance. Sam crouches nearby, every muscle stiff, and reaches for the charm with gloved fingers. The metal is cold, heavier than he remembers from the photos in Lily's file. Tag it, he says quietly. Bag it separate. This is the original. The tech nods, sliding it into a small evidence bag, sealing it like a relic. Above them, the storm rattles the broken roof. Water drips through onto the stage, streaking down the boards toward Emily's body. For a second, it looks like the hall itself is trying to wash her away. Carla appears at his side. Aria's in the car, she says. She can stand. She's in shock, but no serious injuries. No restraints? Sam asks. Any signs she was drugged? They'll run tests. Carla replies. Right now, she's just empty. Sam glances back at Emily. Unlike her, the coronial van arrives. They lift Emily carefully, as if she might shatter further. Sam watches as they zip the black bag, swallowing the woman who controlled so much and now controls nothing. For a moment he feels a flicker of something he doesn't want to name. Not pity, not grief, just the hollow recognition that even monsters are mortal. At the hospital, Aria sits on a bed under harsh fluorescent lights, wrapped in a grey blanket that doesn't reach her knees. She stares at the TV mounted in the corner, where muted news footage flashes images of the music hall, police tape, the headline already forming. Sydney 2001 cold case, long-hunted killer dies in dramatic fall. The words cold case solved crawl in bold at the bottom. Neat, final, wrong. Sam pulls a chair up beside her. Carla stands nearby, leaning against the wall, arms folded. Aria, Sam says gently. I'm Detective Calder. This is Detective Park. We're here to make sure this is the last night anyone ever does this to you. Arya doesn't look at him. Is she dead? Her voice is small, scraped raw. Yes, Sam says. He doesn't sugarcoat it. Too much has been smoothed over already. She fell. She won't hurt you again. Arya nods minutely. Her fingers twist the blanket. She said no one would believe you, she whispers. She said they didn't believe her either. Sam exchanges a glance with Carla. Did she talk about Lily? He asks. Arya's eyes flicker. All the time. Like she was still alive and just hiding. A shiver runs through her. She said the world ate girls like us, said we were better off somewhere the noise couldn't reach. Did she ever say where that was? Carla asks, softly. Where what was? Where Lily went. Arya chews her lip. Thinking. She kept saying they never found the right place, like the police dug in the wrong ground. She laughed. Arya swallows. She said, you can look forever if you start at the wrong river. Sam's pulse ticks up. River, he repeats. Not forest. She said water washes guilt. Arya murmurs. But memory clings to mud. Her face twists. I just wanted to go home. She kept saying home was a lie. Carla steps closer. Did she mention Hartley? She asks. The man we arrested. Arya nods slowly. She said he did the messy work. That he owed her. That he kept secrets better than anyone. A bitter laugh escapes her. She said if you caught him, you'd think the story was over. And that would make you as blind as you were the first time. Sam feels the room tilt. Carla's eyes flash. Do you remember how she got you to the hall? She asks. I finished my shift. Arya says. She was waiting by the back. She knew my name, my schedule. She said she'd been coming in for weeks. I never noticed. Her fingers tighten on the blanket. She said she knew what it felt like not to belong, that she'd help me get out. I thought she meant out of the cafe, out of this city, out of... I don't know. She shakes her head. She never touched me. Not rough, I mean. She just talked, and made it sound like leaving with her was the only choice I'd ever get. Sam's throat aches. The tactic is old. Gentle coercion disguised as concern. He's seen it before. He just never attached it to someone this calculated. Arya, he says quietly, you made the only choice you could with the information you had. That's not your fault. She finally looks straight at him, eyes hollow. You're here now, she says. But where were you for Lily? The question lands heavy. Sam doesn't flinch. Too late, he says, like always in a cold case, but not this time. They leave her in the care of a counselor and a nurse, promising updates they're not sure they can deliver. Outside the room, Carla leans her head against the wall for a second, eyes closed. She weaponized empathy, Carla says, turned rescue into recruitment, and Hartley cleaned up. Sam adds, the car, the charm, the body, if there is one to find. He heads straight back to the precinct. The corridors feel narrower now, more crowded, even as people whisper congratulations. Someone claps him on the shoulder. Good work, Calder. 20-year Matt Tick B enclosed. Whole city's talking. A big headline prints on a newspaper tossed on a desk. Sydney 2001 cold case solved. Mastermind dies. Accomplice in custody. Community in shock. Sok Kong Dong, the Vietnamese segment on the TV in the break room calls it, looping the same footage of the music hall. Sam walks past without stopping. Solved on paper doesn't mean solved on the ground. He heads for interview room 2. Hartley sits where he always sits. Same posture, same folded hands. But there's a difference now. He's humming. Soft. Tuneless. A noise that might be music or might just be nerves. The moment Sam enters, the humming stops. She jumped, Hartley says calmly. Didn't she? How did you know? Sam asks. Hartley smiles faintly. She always said if they boxed her in, she'd take the high exit. Better to fall than fade. That's what she called it. He tilts his head. Did she leave a note? She likes those. Technically, she left several. Sam says dryly. On walls, on napkins, on girls. Hartley chuckles once. Poetic, even at the end. His eyes sharpen. Did she leave Lily? Sam sits. Your friend Aria is alive, he says. Barely touched. We can add restraint and abduction to her charge sheet if she were still here to answer to them. Aria was never the point, Hartley says. She was rehearsal. Final movement before the close. Stop talking in metaphors, Sam snaps. Tell me where Lily is. Hartley meets his gaze for the first time without a smile. I don't know. You drove the car, Sam says. You recorded her. Emily said you did the messy work. I did what I was told, Hartley replies. Drive. Wait. Pretend. Forget. I was good at 3 out of 4. Which one did you fail? Sam asks. Forget, Hartley says softly. Sam slams the folder onto the table. Inside, photos of the forest clearing where they always believed Lily's body might lie. The volunteer search grids, the dogs, the endless mud. You directed us here, Sam says. To trees, to bushland, to the wrong place. Hartley's jaw tightens. Emily directed you there. I just kept my mouth shut. Aria says Emily laughed about the wrong river. Sam presses. Is that where Lily is, in water? Did you dump her? Did she walk? Hartley glances at the mirror as if someone more important is watching from the other side. We drove west, he says slowly. Not far. She was quiet. Shock does that. Or maybe resignation. Hard to tell after this long. West to where? Sam demands. To a bridge. Hartley says. One of many. She liked the way the water reflected the city, said it looked like a second world below the surface. And then? And then Emily told me to turn the recorder off. Hartley replies. And I did, because that's what I was good at. Doing what she said. Sam leans forward, hands flat on the table. Did Lily jump? Hartley's eyes drift past him, to something only he can see. She stepped up onto the railing, he says, shoes scraping metal, hands gripping rust. Emily talked to her. Soft voice, like a lullaby. I stayed in the car, doors locked. I watched in the mirror. His voice thins. I blinked. Once. When I opened my eyes, she was gone. Gone where? Sam's voice is a whip crack. Into the dark. Hartley whispers. Into the second world. So you never saw a body? Carla says from the doorway. She's been listening. She steps in now, eyes sharp. You heard a splash? Hartley hesitates. I heard something. But it was storming. Water everywhere. It could have been anything. Sam's stomach twists. Which bridge? Hartley's lips press thin. Does it matter? 20 years of current, 20 years of debris. You'll drag the river and come up with nothing but silt and old tires, and you'll call it closure. We'll call it truth. Carla says. Hartley laughs, a hollow sound. Truth is what the headline says it is. Cold case solved. Your bosses already love that ending. Sam stands abruptly. We're not done, he says. Not until I can write where Lily's body is instead of a question mark. On his way to the door, Hartley calls after him. Be careful near the water, detective. It remembers who it takes. Forensics comb through Emily's belongings again. The charm. The clothes. The burner phone recovered from her pocket. Most of the data is wiped clean, replaced with static. But one thing slips through. A small USB drive hidden in the lining of her jacket. It's corroded at the edges, water-damaged but salvageable. The tech plugs it in, fingers dancing across the keyboard. There's only one file, he says. Audio. Old, corrupt, but I can patch it. The sound that crackles through the speakers is low, grainy. A room. Breathing. The faint scrape of chair legs. Then a voice. Soft. Young. Familiar from home videos in a cold case file. Lily. I don't want them to find me, she's saying, voice trembling. Not if it means going back. Emily's voice answers, closer to the mic. Then say it, Lily, so they can hear. Silence. A sniff. Then Lily again. If something happens to me, it's because I chose to leave, not because someone made me. Sam's skin crawls. The sentence is wrong. Twisted. The mirror image of the diary line. A coercive script fed into a frightened girl's mouth. The recording continues, warped in places, but words survive like bones in mud. They'll think I was taken. Lily whispers. But I wasn't. I walked. I saw the edge, and I walked. Emily's breath is louder now, almost excited. And you're sure? A long pause. I don't know, Lily finally says. The file ends there, cutting off mid-inhale. No splash, no impact, no proof of what came next. Just intention blurred by doubt. Carla exhales slowly. She was grooming not just girls, she says. She was grooming the narrative. Man moi ki la, one of the younger techs mutters under his breath. A clue that cancels itself out. Sam stares at the waveform frozen on the screen. His reflection stares back in the black glass. We can't prove whether Lily jumped or was pushed, he says quietly. All we know is Emily wanted us to believe it was her choice. Takeda appears in the doorway, holding a fresh stack of mail. On top, a newspaper, front page splashed with Emily's photo from a decade ago, smiling in a staff-eyed picture. The headline shouts, Sydney 2001 cold case solved, twisted duo exposed. DA's office is thrilled. Takeda says, Public's eating it up. Sok Kong Dong, all that. They're already talking about a press conference, closure, healing. A nice bow. Sam doesn't take the paper. His eyes stay on the frozen audio file. Is it solved? Takeda asks, softer now. We have a dead mastermind and a living accomplice, Carla says. We have a charm, a tape, a near victim, and a 20-year-old confession edited like a play. That's not what I asked, Takeda says. Sam finally turns. We know who hunted her, he says. We don't know where she ended up. We don't know how much of it was choice and how much was force. And we don't know how many times Emily tried this before Lily, or after, when we weren't watching, or if Lily ever hit the water. Carla adds, outside, the rain finally begins to ease, the storm peeling away from the city like a curtain. The harbour will be calmer in the morning. The rivers will still be running, swollen, opaque. Sam walks back to his desk. The Freeman file lies open. The word missing stamped at the top. A red annotation added this morning. Presumed deceased. There's a space on the form for location of remains. It's blank. He picks up a pen, hovers the tip over the line. Then he sets it down. Across the room, a TV flashes the words, cold case solved, again, neat and certain. In the quiet between bulletins, Sam hears Lily's warped voice on the USB again. I don't know. He closes the file slowly. On paper, the case is closed. In the water, in the hall, in the mind of a detective who can't stop hearing incomplete sentences, it's anything but. Morning comes in muted colors. The sky a smear of grey brushing against the windows of the precinct. Thin light stretching across desks stacked with paperwork. No one wants to touch. Sam hasn't slept, not even for a second. He's still in yesterday's clothes, hair damp from the rain, fingers cold from gripping truths that refuse to settle. Carla drops a coffee on his desk without a word, the steam rising like a ghost escaping. You need it, she murmurs. Sam looks up at her with eyes that have seen too much in 24 hours. What I need is a body. Carla sits opposite him. We're dragging the river today. She says it's useless. Sam mutters. Hartley says the same. They're not the ones deciding what matters. Sam nods, though his jaw tightens. If we drag the river and find nothing, we try another. And another, Sam finishes, until there's nothing left but water. Takeda enters with a stack of forms. He sets them down. Sign these, he says. Coroner reports, statement for the commissioner, and the press briefing outline. Press briefing? Sam repeats. For what? For the cold case solved, Takeda says, as if reading off a teleprompter. Carla scoffs. Solved is a dangerous word. It's the one the city wants, Takeda replies. The one the mayor wants. The one the families want. Not Lily's, Sam says. Takeda pauses, softening just enough for truth to slip through. Sam, Emily Harper is dead. Hartley is in custody. The girl from 20 years ago has at least a partial story now. People cling to that. Clinging doesn't mean closure, Sam says. It means desperation. The words hang in the air. Takeda pushes the forms again. Sign when you're ready. He leaves. Carla watches him go. They're writing the ending while the middle is still bleeding. They always do, Sam replies. By late morning, they're standing on the bank of the Parramatta River, the sky threatening rain again. The current churns, brown and heavy from last night's storm. Boats from the marine unit idle nearby, divers pulling on suits, helmets gleaming. Reporters crowd behind the police line, cameras pointed like rifles, headlines already drafted. This is a show, Carla whispers. A performance. Emily would have loved the irony. The lead diver approaches. We'll start under the bridge, Hartley described. Visibility's trash. Expect hours, maybe days. Sam nods. Find anything that doesn't belong. In this river. The diver snorts. You'll get car parts, shopping carts, bikes, and maybe half a city's worth of lost junk. Find the right junk? Sam says. The diver nods and disappears beneath the surface, the water swallowing him whole. Carla stands beside Sam, arms crossed. Do you think Emily manipulated Lily into jumping? Sam shakes his head slowly. I think Emily manipulated Lily into believing it was her only path. But whether Lily jumped or was pushed, he doesn't finish. Carla doesn't push him too. Some truths scrape too deep when spoken aloud. An hour passes, then 2, then 4. Divers rotate in and out, bringing up nothing but debris and frustration. A rusted shopping trolley, a metal chair frame, a bag of bricks, a tire, a child's scooter. The river gives back everything except what matters. Near noon, a diver surfaces. We found bones! He calls. Sam sprints toward the dock, heart pounding, but the diver lifts a single rib bone coated in algae. Cow, the diver says. Farm dump site upstream. Happens all the time. The disappointment crashes like a wave. Carla kicks at the mud. This is exactly what Emily wanted. She mutters. Noise, chaos, nothing clean. Sam looks at the water, at the relentless surface hiding everything beneath it. She said Lily stepped, he murmurs. Hartley said he blinked. People don't disappear in a blink. Unless someone helps, Carla says. Sam nods grimly. Unless she was carried. Back at the precinct, Hartley waits for them in a holding cell, pacing slow circles like a man rehearsing choreography. Sam steps in front of the bars. You lied, he says without preamble. Hartley looks amused. Only about the parts that don't matter. Carla snaps. Every part matters. Hartley shrugs. If you think so. Sam grips the bars. If Lily didn't fall into the river, where is she? Hartley sighs dramatically, as if bored of repeating himself. Detective, I told you. We drove to the bridge. She climbed. She looked down. Sam steps closer. And then you blinked. Yes. Convenient, Sam mutters. True, Hartley answers. Sam's voice hardens. You know something else. Something you haven't said. Hartley cocks his head. If I did, why would I tell you? Because Emily isn't here to protect you anymore, Sam says. Hartley's smile fades, just barely, like a shadow shifting. You think she protected me? He asks, voice lower now. I protected her. Why? Carla asks. Fear, love, loyalty, Hartley says, to the only person who ever understood what it meant to be invisible. Sam studies him. You weren't invisible. You were complicit. Same thing? Hartley replies softly. To someone like me. Carla steps between them. Did Emily ever tell you what she did with Lily's body? Hartley's pupils dilate. His breathing changes, a slight quickening. She said the body was irrelevant. Meaning what? Carla presses. Hartley glances at the floor. Meaning Lily didn't belong to any place you can search. Carla's face tightens. You mean she wasn't put in the river? Or the ground? Hartley murmurs. Sam feels something cold settle in his stomach. Where then? Hartley meets his eyes with a strange calm. Where lonely things go. Stop talking in riddles. Sam snaps. Tell me where she is. Hartley steps close to the bars. Why do you think Emily spent so much time at the music hall? Sam freezes. Carla whispers. Don't. But Sam's mind is already racing. You're saying she took her back there? Hartley shakes his head. Not the stage, not the practice rooms. A slow, unnerving smile returns. Lower. The word slices the air. Sam's blood freezes. He remembers the hall's basement level. Condemned, sealed, flooding in heavy rain. He remembers the maintenance door bolted shut, the signs warning of structural collapse. Under the hall, Sam whispers. Hartley nods once. She said Lily belonged where sound can't reach. Carla grabs Sam's arm. We searched the hall top to bottom. Not bottom to bottom. Sam says quietly. Not the under foundation. That area's unstable. Carla protests. It's dangerous. So was Emily. Sam replies. And she still went there. They're back at the hall within the hour, a small team following. The rain has slowed, but the building still smells of damp wood and tragedy. Sam leads them to the rusted maintenance door at the far end of the backstage corridor, half hidden behind collapsed beams and old equipment. Carla's flashlight beam trembles as she illuminates the warning sign. Do not enter. Structural failure. The bolts are old, corroded, but one is shiny. New. Sam touches it. Someone unbolted this recently. Emily. Carla whispers. She must have gone down during preparations. Sam forces the bolts off. The heavy door groans open, revealing a narrow stairwell descending into darkness. A wave of cold, wet air rushes up. Earth, mold, rot, and something else. Something old. They descend carefully, flashlights cutting through thick black. The stairs are slick, cracked in places. Water drips steadily. Sam can hear his heartbeat echoing off stone walls. At the bottom is a shallow tunnel, half flooded. The ceiling is low, pipes exposed, some snapped clean. The air feels ancient, heavy with secrets. A metal door sits at the far end, rusted but intact. Carla swallows. This isn't on the original schematics. Sam nods. Emily knew places we didn't. He pushes the door. It screeches open. Inside is a small room, stone walls, a single broken chair, old ropes on the floor, a pile of waterlogged sheet music. Carla steps in slowly. What is this? Sam scans the room. His flashlight lands on something in the corner. A box, an old wooden box. Carla gasps. That looks like Lily's. Sam whispers. The same type described in the original missing person report. Hand-carved, painted flowers, music box hinge. Sam kneels. His hand trembles as he opens it. Inside are small items preserved against time. A hair ribbon, a school ID card half faded, a violin rosin block, and a note, folded. Pressed carefully. Sam unfolds it with shaking fingers. The handwriting is young, fragile. Lily's. If they find this, please tell my mother I tried to be brave. Carla covers her mouth, tears filling her eyes. Sam, oh God. But Sam isn't breathing, because there's more. A second sentence written below, shakier, words uneven like a hand guided or forced. I am leaving with Emily. I don't want to be brought back. Carla whispers, coerced. Sam nods slowly. Emily made her write this before she died. Then Carla stiffens. Sam, she whispers. He turns. In the far wall is a second tunnel, collapsed partially, but not completely, and protruding from the debris, a bone, a small one, white, fragile, human. Carla chokes on a breath. Sam, is that? Sam steps closer, kneels, brushes gently at the debris. A second bone emerges, then cloth, then hair, dark, long, preserved by damp air. Sam closes his eyes. 20 years. 20 years buried in silence beneath the city. He whispers her name. Lily. Carla kneels beside him, tears falling freely. We found her, she says softly. After all this time, we found her. Sam doesn't answer, because something else catches his eye. Near Lily's remains is a metal hook drilled into the stone wall, attached to a length of chain. Cut! Sam's breath stops. Carla whispers, Sam, what is that? He answers without moving, voice low, shaken. Restraints. Carla's hand flies to her mouth. So she didn't jump? No, Sam says. She never left the hall. And then another realization slams into him like a tidal wave. Emily didn't bring Aria here for a repeat. She brought her here to replace a truth she couldn't hide anymore. Carla's flashlight flickers. Sam stands, slowly, looking at the darkness beyond the collapsed tunnel. We didn't catch her in time, he whispers. We caught her before she finished. Carla's breath trembles. Finished what? Sam turns toward her, eyes darker than the tunnel behind them. Her masterpiece. And somewhere deep in the foundations, the old music hall groans, as if the truth itself has finally been unearthed. The discovery of Lily's remains shatters the precinct like a seismic wave. No announcement is made, no alarm is raised, but every officer who sees Sam and Carla return from the hall, wet clothes soaked in the stench of old earth, mud streaked across their boots, shock hollowing their eyes, knows something irreversible has surfaced. The truth clings to them the way the underground cold still clings to their skin.